Adolf Hitler, a name that evokes a multitude of emotions and historical reflections, was born on April 20th, 1889, in Braunau am Inn, Austria. His early years were marked by a mix of ambition and struggle. Growing up in a modest household, Hitler's father, Alois, was a customs official, while his mother, Clara, was a homemaker. Young Adolf showed an early interest in art, dreaming of becoming an artist. However, his aspirations were met with opposition. He faced rejection from the Academy of Fine Arts in Vienna, a pivotal moment that redirected the course of his life. After the death of his mother in 1907, Hitler moved to Vienna, where he lived in relative poverty. It was during these years that he became increasingly influenced by the social and political climate of the time. The rise of nationalism and anti-Semitic sentiments in Vienna left a profound impact on him, shaping his future ideologies. Hitler's experiences during these formative years laid the groundwork for the radical beliefs he would later espouse. In 1913, seeking new opportunities, Hitler moved to Munich, Germany. When World War I broke out in 1914, he enlisted in the German army, serving bravely on the Western Front. His time in the military fostered a sense of nationalism and a desire for Germany's resurgence after the war. However, the defeat of Germany in 1918 left Hitler embittered and disillusioned. The Treaty of Versailles, which imposed harsh reparations on Germany, fueled his anger and resentment, further solidifying his vision for a renewed German state. By the early 1920s, Hitler had joined the National Socialist German Workers' Party, NSDAP, commonly known as the Nazi Party. His oratory skills and charismatic presence quickly propelled him to leadership within the party. Hitler's speeches resonated with many disillusioned Germans, as he promised to restore the nation's pride and rebuild its economy. He employed propaganda effectively, using rallies and media to spread his message of unity, strength, and Aryan supremacy. In 1923, Hitler attempted a coup known as the Beer Hall Putsch, aiming to seize control of the Bavarian government. The failed coup resulted in his arrest, but it provided him with a platform to gain national attention. During his time in prison, he penned Mein Kampf, a manifesto outlining his ideology and future plans for Germany. The book detailed his beliefs in racial purity, anti-Semitism, and the need for Lebensraum, or living space, for the German people. After his release, Hitler focused on rebuilding the Nazi Party, capitalizing on the economic turmoil of the Great Depression in the late 1920s. Many Germans were struggling, and Hitler's promises of employment and national revival found fertile ground. In the 1932 elections, the Nazi Party gained significant traction, becoming the largest party in the Reichstag. The political landscape became increasingly unstable, and Hitler's political maneuvering ultimately led to his appointment as Chancellor of Germany in January 1933. Once in power, Hitler wasted no time consolidating his control. The Reichstag fire in February 1933 provided him with the opportunity to push through the Reichstag fire decree, which suspended civil liberties and allowed for the arrest of political opponents. The subsequent Enabling Act granted him dictatorial powers, effectively dismantling democracy in Germany. With the establishment of a totalitarian regime, Hitler implemented policies that aimed to unify the nation under Nazi ideology. The regime's first target was the Jewish population, who were scapegoated for Germany's problems. Anti-Jewish laws were enacted, stripping Jews of their rights and livelihoods. Propaganda painted Jews as the enemy, fostering a climate of hatred and fear. As the years progressed, this hatred culminated in the horrific events of the Holocaust, where millions of Jews and other marginalized groups were systematically murdered. In addition to his policies of oppression, Hitler sought to expand Germany's territory. His aggressive foreign policy led to the remilitarization of the Rhineland in 1936 and the annexation of Austria in 1938. The Munich Agreement, which allowed Hitler to annex the Sudetenland in Czechoslovakia, was a moment of triumph for him, but also a sign of the growing tensions in Europe. By 1939, Hitler's ambitions could no longer be contained, leading to the outbreak of World War II with the invasion of Poland. The war initially brought significant victories for Germany. Blitzkrieg tactics allowed for rapid conquests across Europe. Cities fell and nations capitulated as Hitler's vision of a greater Germany seemed to be within reach. However, as the war dragged on, the tide began to turn. The failed invasion of the Soviet Union and the entry of the United States to the conflict marked a significant shift. As the Allies advanced, the Nazi regime faced increasing pressure. Hitler, isolated in his bunker, became increasingly erratic and deluded. He refused to accept defeat, issuing orders that would lead to further destruction and loss of life. The once mighty empire he built began to crumble as the Allies closed in on Berlin. On April 30th, 1945, as Soviet forces encircled the city, Hitler took his own life in his bunker. His death marked the end of a dark chapter in history, one defined by tyranny, genocide, and war. The legacy of Adolf Hitler remains a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked power, hatred, and fanaticism. In the aftermath of World War II, the world grappled with the horrors of the Holocaust and the extensive damage caused by Hitler's regime. The Nuremberg trials were established to bring Nazi war criminals to justice, aiming to hold accountable those who participated in the atrocities. The lessons learned from Hitler's rise and fall continue to resonate today, emphasizing the importance of tolerance, understanding, and the vigilance required to prevent the repetition of history. In conclusion, the story of Adolf Hitler is a complex tapestry woven with ambition, ideology, and tragedy. It serves as a powerful reminder of the impact one individual can have on the world and underscores the necessity of learning from the past to build a better future. As you listen to this story, you'll not only gain insights into historical events, but also encounter new vocabulary and phrases that will enhance your English skills. Join us on this journey as we explore the life of Adolf Hitler, and don't forget to subscribe for more engaging stories that make learning English easy and fun. By understanding the past, we can foster discussions that promote tolerance, understanding, and a commitment to a better tomorrow.